Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Dick Huddleston at the hotel discussing Abner's recent walk-out. Listen.
I don't know hardly what to do, Dick. Me and Abner's been partners for so long, I'm sort of lost without him.
Oh, well, he'll get over his mad spell. He'll be all right. He'll be back, Lum.
I don't know. I thought so, too, but I've been calling over there at his house all morning, but he won't even answer the telephone.
Well, maybe he ain't home.
Oh, yeah, he's there. Elizabeth answers the phone and says Mr. Peabody said to tell me he was in conference.
In conference?
I know where he got that. I was telling him the other day that big businessmen always say they're in conference whenever they don't want to see nobody. Wish now I hadn't explained it to him.
Well, why don't you go ahead and let him be the manager of the hotel, Lum? You're president of the Jot 'em Down store and justice of the peace, president of the school board, and all. You've got about all you can attend to anyway.
Well, it just looks bad for a man that holds all them offices to have to take a back seat and take orders from somebody else.
Well, I just hate to see you two fellas squabbling this way.
Well, I hate it too, but Abner says he's through, taken clean out of the hotel business before ever he even got started.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I believe we could get the whole thing straightened out if I could just get to him and get him to come over here and talk things over, sort of.
Well, maybe I could get him to come over here.
Yeah, he'll listen to you, Dick. Telephone him up and tell him to come over here to the hotel.
I'll call him and see his ring's too short and long, isn't it?
Yeah. Tell Elizabeth who you are, or she'll say he's in conference.
Well, I'll get him out of that conference, I can tell you that.
He's more than likely asleep. That's about what he's doing.
Hello? Miss Peabody, I'd like to talk to Abner, please, Mom. This is Dick Huddleston talking. Well, tell him to get out of conference. All right, thank you.
Still in it, is he?
Yeah, she said she'd call him over. Now, Lum, when he comes over here, hello, Abner? This is Dick. Yeah, say, can you run over to the hotel for a few minutes? Well, he's here. Oh, now forget about that, Abner. Come on over here. We've got some important matters to talk to you about. All right. Yep, quick as you can. All right. Goodbye.
What did you say, Dick?
He wanted to know if you were here and said if you were, he wasn't coming over.
Oh, he's mad, all right. I could tell that the way he stomped out of here yesterday evening.
Now, listen, Mom, when he gets over here, you fellas just sit down and thrash this thing out without having any argument now.
Yeah, we can't both be managers. That's the same.
Well, you've got to forget about yourself. You want the hotel to be a success. So just figure out which one of you is best qualified for manager and let the other one be the assistant.
Yeah, that's the thing to do, all right. But I'm feared Abner won't be satisfied with just being assistant manager.
Don't seem to be any doubt in your mind about who's the best man for the office, love.
Oh, no, I've had my mind made up on that ever since we decided to go into the hotel business. It's Abner that's balking. Stubbornest one feller I believe I ever knowed.
Well, he might have a different idea about who's the best qualified.
Well, he might. He's got an awful good opinion of himself.
Well, I'm getting you fellas together. That's all I can do. If you can't thrash it out between yourselves, why, when he gets here, well, I've just done all I can, Mom.
If you'd hurry up and get here, I've got to be starting for the county seat before long to meet that train.
Oh, say, that's right. Yeah. Today's when that woman's due in from Chicago, isn't it?
Yeah, Trixie Van Duzen. First customer for the hotel.
Now, see now why you're so dressed up, Lord.
Yeah, I fixed myself up a little extra, I guess.
I noticed those sports shoes you got on there.
I've been noticing them, too. They're sort of pinching my feet.
Well, they look like they're about 3 or 4 sizes too little for you, no?
Well, to be right honest about it, Dick, they are a little small.
Well, they look it.
Fact is, they're 2 sizes smaller than I generally wear, but these was the biggest size I had, and I was bound and determined to have some sports shoes.
Well, Lum, you ruin your feet wearing them things.
Well, quick as I get started for the county seat, I'll slip them off and rest my feet till I get to the depot, and then I can put them back on again.
Well, your feet swell up there now. You're liable to get them off and can't get them back on, too.
Gosh, I never thought about that. It'd be a fine howdy-do if I was to get in there and have to meet Trixie in my soft feet.
You're kind of anxious to make an impression on this lady, aren't you, Lum?
Well, I'm just hoping she's a friendly sort, because Miss Emaline's out of town. Ain't no other single girls here in Pine Ridge to keep company with. I've always been right smart of a hand with the ladies, you know.
Well, I hope she's a nice girl. Looks like you and Miss Emaline ain't never going to get married anyway. This Trixie might rescue you from being a bachelor all your life.
Oh, well, you can't never tell. I could be had, as a feller says. Wait a minute, I believe that's Abner coming in now.
Oh, yeah. Well, say, I'm going to slip out the back way here. I believe you two can settle this thing better without anybody else around.
Well, all right, Dick. Much obliged.
Yeah, sure. Let me know how it comes out.
Yeah, I'll stop by the store on my way back from the county seat and give you an introduce to Trixie, too. Lovely, did me. Well, come in, Abner, old boy. Granny's come in and sit down.
Howdy do, sir.
How you feeling today, Abner?
Where's Dick at, Mr. Edwards?
Oh, Abner, don't stand there looking like you could bite a 10-penny nail into. We just had a sort of a misunderstanding, so.
I ain't misunderstood nothing.
Well, sit down. Let's talk this.
I don't want to sit down. I ain't tired.
You're sort of tetchy today, ain't you?
You dead blame right I am.
Well, now, we can't go on like this, Abner. We've been partners for so long and growed up together, you might say, and we've lived neighbors here.
That ain't my fault. You bought the farm joining me.
Just think about all the good times we've had together.
I don't recollect none of them.
You ain't forgot about the time, that Halloween night, when we clumb up on top of the schoolhouse and put them boards across the top of the chimney when they was having that big meeting? Recollect how it smoked everybody out?
And we ought to have been horsewhipped for that.
I know it. I wonder if you remember the time we made 50 cents for catching fishing bait for them fellers camped down on the river, and we went into the county seat and spent the whole thing for a dozen oranges.
Peel the oranges and let the peelings first.
Saved the best for the last, and when we got to the oranges, we was so sick we couldn't eat them.
What's that got to do with managing a hotel?
Abner, we just can't split up now. I've been so lonesome all day, I don't know what to do with myself, hardly.
Yeah.
Sort of a lost feeling.
Well, to be honest, I've been sort of lonesome myself, Lum.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. We've always been right together on everything. It was always such a comfort to me to know that I had you to lean again in time of sorrow and distress. You've always been so neighborly and understanding.
Well, I just don't know what I'd have did without you, neither, Lum.
Why, we've lent one another money when we was needing it and helped one another with our crops. Recollect that summer I was down with the fevers and you come over and finished laying my crops by for me? I never would have got through the winter without you helping me that way.
Well, it weren't no more than I ought to did. You did twice as much for me as I ever done in return.
Oh, no, Abner. You just don't know what you're talking about.
Who don't know what they're talking about? Dad, blame it. Now, don't try to stand
Wait
there.
a minute, Abner. Wait, hold on here.
Uh,
We're going too far now. We're overdoing it.
Oh.
The reason I had Dick to call you over here, I think I've got an idea on how we can settle this dispute about who's going to be the manager of the hotel.
Well, I'm ready to start right in if you want me to be it.
Well, we want to be fair to both of ourselves, Abner.
Fair.
I got to thinking maybe we ought to have an election. That ought to be fair. That's the way they pick out the president of the United States. We can have a sort of a secret vote twixt ourselves here. That way, whoever gets it will be the people's choice.
Well, now, what do you mean a secret vote now?
Well, now, there's a pencil and paper right there by you.
Yeah.
We just write down the man that we think's best qualified to be manager of the hotel, and the other can be his assistant.
Oh.
No, wait a minute. We can't get no majority that way. What's the matter with me? We need 3 votes.
Well, I can vote twice.
Oh, no, you don't. No. Cedric's right out there in the hall polishing them floors. We can let him vote, too. That ought to be fair.
Well, call him in. Let's get this thing
Yeah,
settled.
Cedric, come in here a minute.
The one that gets 2 votes wins, huh?
Yeah, we can be writing down our choice now.
Yeah, right now. Who I'm going to vote for. Yeah, come in, Cedric. Sure proud to see you, old boy. How you feeling?
All right, I reckon. Is that what you all call me in here for? No, Cedric. We're going to vote on which is to be the manager of the hotel here, me or Abner. And I want you to write down on this piece of paper who you think would be the best and wrap it in Abner's hat there.
Here's a nickel, Cedric. Go down and buy yourself an ice cream cone.
Put that nickel back in your pocket, Abner. That's bribing. Don't pay no attention to that, Cedric. When I get to be manager, I'll raise your salary.
What's that if it ain't bribing?
Well, just forget about both of them things then, Cedric.
Yeah, forget them.
Write your choice down. You know how to spell my name all right, don't you?
Oh, yes, Mom. You want me to put my vote in here, you say?
Yeah, that's a time right in the hat there. That's the way. Go ahead, read them out, Long.
Yeah, let's see here. The first in here is, well, Abner Peabody.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
That's Cedric's writing, too.
Well,
That's one for you.
Yeah,
Second one here. I granted this is for Abner Peabody, too.
well.
Wait a minute. This looks like your handwriting, Abner. Did you vote for yourself?
Why, sure.
Well, election's off then.
Huh?
Who ever heard of a man voting for himself? I'm surprised at you. That's just the same as stealing. We'll hold election over. Recollect now, no voting for yourself.
Well, I never knowed you couldn't do that.
Go ahead and write 'em over again. Somebody owes me $2. I can't think who it is.
Oh, it's me. I borrowed it from you yesterday. Don't you recollect?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, just forget about it, Cedric.
Now, look out now.
That ain't bribing. Go ahead, drop your votes in Abner's hat there.
There's mine in there.
Where's mine?
All right, read them out again.
Yeah, let's see. The person here is Lum and Abner. Well, thank you, Cedric. You showed uncommonly good judgment there.
Cedric.
Second one here. Well, that's Lum and Abner's, too.
Oh.
Well, Abner, I'm proud to see you quit thinking about yourself and start thinking about the good of the hotel. Well, that makes me the manager. Well, gentlemen, I've got to dash into the county seat to meet Trixie Van Duzen.
Well, who's that third vote for, Long?
Oh, it don't make no difference. Two's enough to elect me.
Well, here, wait a minute now. Doggone, he's in a terrible hurry to get out of here. Hand me that hat there, Cedric. I'll see who he voted for.
This one, here you are.
Let me look at that. Well, I do know. Looky there. Just a blank piece of paper. There ain't a thing wrote on it.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in the hotel discussing Lum's encounter with Trixie's dog. Listen.
Yeah, Trixie says he's just playing whenever he snaps at you that way, but I don't see no difference in being dog bit that way than being bit when they're trying to bite you.
If that little varmint had a bit me that way, Lum, I'd have stomped the daylights out of him.
Yeah, and if he was to do that, Trixie'd pack up her belongings and pull her right out of here. She thinks more of that little dog than anything.
Huh. That little varmint, he's got the sneakingest look in his eye I ever seen in any critter. Looks like he's just waiting for a chance to clamp right down on you.
He is, too. And then the day Trixie come in here, she handed him to me to hold while she got in the car, and he bit me 3 times before I could get shut of him.
Right then, when I'd have cured him of that habit, and he might have gummed me, he'd have never bit me. I'd have kicked his teeth right out of his mouth.
Now, the worst part of it is Trixie won't let nobody take care of him but me.
Well, I thought you said that Cedric had him out walking now.
Well, he has, but Trixie don't know it.
Oh,
she thinks I'm out with him.
Oh,
she'd have a fit if she knowed somebody else was looking after him. She won't trust him with nobody else.
Well, doggone, if you're going to have to play nursemaid to him all the time she's here, Lum, you better make friends with him, I'll tell you that.
Well, there ain't no making friends with that thing.
He'll have you ate up.
I've tried it. He just don't like me, that's all. Just plain don't like me.
Huh?
Trixie says she thinks Choo-Choo Pie is jealous of me.
Who?
Choo-Choo Pie. That's the dog's name.
For the land's sake, Choo-Choo. What kind of a dog is he supposed to be? I don't know if I ever seen anything that looked like him.
Well, she says he's a Pekingese or some such a name as that. He's a Chinese dog, I know.
Well, he ought to bet you with chopsticks in.
Well, they're worth a lot of money.
Well, he'd be worth more to her out here if he's a possum dog. The woods is full of them things.
Well, he ain't a hunting dog, I mean, it's just a pet.
Pet! Doggone, I'd just soon have a wildcat for a pet as that thing. Choo-choo pie. Oh, but if you didn't look a sight, Lum, when you come in the meeting this morning and her carrying that little old dog in her arms.
Yeah, everybody turned around in their seats and stared at her.
Well, folks ain't used to. What if I carried old Blue, that hound of mine, in my arm, or Elizabeth carried him in the meeting?
I'm sort of glad we come in late. Give everybody a chance to see Trixie.
Well, yeah, not man.
Granny's their eyes run out on stems whenever they see me with a good-looking girl like her.
Well, women folks stood around there for about a half hour after you all left, talking about her.
Oh, what'd they have to say about her?
Oh, well, they said she was pretty, all right. They wouldn't deny that. But they knowed the reason that she used artificial flavoring and coloring on herself.
Oh, they're just jealous, that's all.
But, men folks sure sit up and take a notice.
Old Mose Moots never even looked at the preacher after she come. Sit there and turned around in the seat and stared at us.
Well, I'll bet you she was winking at him. For I know she winked at Ezra Seastrong.
She did.
Oh, I heard his woman just giving him a big bawling out on the way home from services.
Yeah, I think she has trouble with one of her eyes. Every time she looks at a man, it starts blinking, sort of.
It does, huh? Well, she caused old Ezra to get hit right over the head with the hymnal. I'll tell her that. She's about as pretty a woman as I ever seen, though. I'll say that for her. Regardless of whether that complexion will come off or not.
Yeah, she ain't a thing like you'd think, neither.
She ain't, huh?
Oh, she's pretty and got all them fine clothes, but she's the old-fashioned kind, sort of.
Old-fashioned?
Yeah, likes to cook and keep house.
Oh.
Likes flowers.
Oh.
Writes to her mother every night and all stuff like it.
Bless her heart.
Just a sweet, innocent girl.
Well, she sure didn't act like she was used to going to church. Started clapping there whenever Sister Simpson sung her solo.
Well, the reason for that is she's been on the stage for years, you know. She's an actor, you know.
No, I never knew.
Oh, yeah, she's traveled all over the country with a show.
Huh?
Trooping, she calls it.
Huh.
Burlesque, I believe she said was the name of the place she was in.
Well.
She's just resting here.
Resting?
Yeah.
Well, she ain't doing much of it. She's been on the go ever since she got here, climbing mountains, swimming, horseback riding.
Well, me and her's going bicycle riding tomorrow.
Bicycle riding?
Yeah, that's the latest style, she says. I've got to get some bicycle summers, too.
Well, me, I ain't saw grown people ride a bicycle since, way back in the 90s sometime.
I tried to talk her out of it, but then she sets her head, hits set. Found that out. She's bound and determined.
She looks like she might be, yes, stubborn.
I doubt where I can even ride one. It's been so long.
Say, why don't you get that old tantrum bike that Ezra Seastrong used to have?
You mean two-seater?
Yeah. Him and his woman rode it to church, 8 or 10 years ago.
That ain't a bad idea. Come forgot about Ezra having that.
Yeah, recollect, they'd ride it to church every Sunday morning. Here they come, dressed just alike. She used to get a bowl of goods, you know, and make her a dress and Ezra a shirt out of the same.
That looked nice.
Oh, they looked awful pretty riding together.
I had one with a big wheel in front.
Yes,
that thing caught in a crack in the boardwalk one time when clean over.
Oh, they'll do it. They'll do it.
Yeah, Tom forgot about Ezra having that thing. I'll go over there and drink some machine about it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Good idea.
Oh, there was lots of them in them days. Circuit Rider used to make his rounds on a bicycle sometime. Brother, what was his name? Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan. Yeah, I forgot all about him. Brother Reagan, yeah.
Yeah, this new preacher we got now sort of puts me in mind of him.
Well, they look a right more alike, I reckon. But he ain't nigh as good a preacher as Brother Reagan's was.
Oh, I don't know, Abner. I thought he done right good this morning. Uncommonly well.
Well, he's too pinted in his remarks. He just might not take the dirt right out from under a feller's feet.
Yeah, I noticed you sort of sliding down in your seat this morning. He was striking too close to home. There was the trouble. Caleb Wehunt got up and went to see about his team a couple of times.
Yeah, Caleb don't like him neither. Me and Caleb.
Well, there's lots of folks that way. As long as the preacher's talking about the meanness that's going on in New York or some foreign place, he'll sit there and amen his remarks. But when he gets to talking about the shortcomings of our own community, they get to fidget. I watched Grandpappy Spears this morning. When the preacher's talking about hypocrites, old Grandpap sat there and twisted and squirmed like he was being pestered by a wasp.
Well, I sort of like for a preacher to be a little more calm about his preaching. I don't like to see him prance backwards and forwards and pound the pulpit that way.
You just can't sleep during services is the trouble.
Why, Lum, when he got his hair mussed up this morning and his throat cleared to suit himself, he let in on some of the straight from the shoulders preaching I ever said under.
Well, one thing about him, a body can always put their finger on him. He comes right out flat-footed and says what he's furring again.
Oh, he does that?
He'll make enemies, yes. Ain't the pleasantest thing in the world to have somebody name over our shortcomings to us, but that's what we need. We're old children, you might say. We need somebody to sort of call us down every once in a while and find out the right road for us.
No, I believe he just got it in for me, Lum. I could tell. Every remark he made this morning was pointed right at me. I felt like he'd just given me a big calling down right there in front of the whole congregation.
Oh, no, I sort of felt the same way. It just shows we was needing what he was talking about. He just throwed out a pair of shoes there that fit might nigh all of us.
Well, that's the trouble in a little town this way. Everybody knows one another's foot size too well. I was sitting there and felt like every eye in that meeting house was right on me. Back of my neck was burning like fire. I broke out in a cold sweat all over. Just sat there nervous as I could be.
Oh, he just starts chopping and lets the chips fall.
Hey, there's that switchboard buzzing.
That's Trixie's room, too. Here, let me talk to her.
Yeah, she more than likely wants you to tell her what she's doing with it.
Hello, Manager Edder's talking. Oh, hello, Miss Van Duzen.
Oh, man.
Why, yes, I just got back with him. Had a nice long walk.
What's he talking?
You did? Well, Cedric must have had some other dog, for Choo-Choo Pie's laying right here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness, she's seen Cedric with the dog.
Uh-huh.
How's that?
Get out of this.
Well, I can't bring him up right now. I'm tied up in a big meeting down here and can't leave. Well, the dog's tied up, too. No, I mean he's in the meeting, too.
Tell her we elected him president.
Yeah, sure, I'm sure. He's right here. All right, just a minute. She wants me to hold him up to the telephone so she can talk to him.
Well, how'd he do that? He ain't even here.
You've got to be Choo-Choo Pie.
Huh?
Get here to the phone, and when she starts talking to Choo-Choo Pie, you kind of whine.
How long?
And then bark.
I don't know how to bark.
Go ahead. I ain't got time to argue with you now, Ed. If she ever finds out I'll let somebody else take that dog out, she'll have a fit.
Turn out to be a fast dog.
All right, Trixie. Here he is up to the phone. Go ahead and talk to him. Here, Abner.
I love you, too.
Shut up, Abner. You're a dog. Why?
I just wish you could have heard what she was saying to me.
Well, why? That's good. Now, bark. Choo-Choo Pie's a little bitty dog. Give me that reason.
Well, I never know what...
Hello, did you hear him? Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
I know he did. How old is he anyway? Maybe his voice is changing.
Paradise land, say fella.
Yeah, that's right, they don't. But I think he's got an awful cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been sneezing and coughing terrible. Huh? Oh, no, never mind. I can tend to him all right. Hello. Granny, she's coming downstairs after him. Get Cedric, Abner. Get Cedric. We've got to get that dog back here.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner at the Mountain View Inn. His friend Dick Huddleston is just approaching. Listen.
Oh, come in, Dick. I told you you're the very fella I want to see.
Oh, fine. What did you want to see me about, Abner?
Well, here, sit down, Dick. I want to talk to you about Lum.
About Lum? What's the matter with him?
Oh, I'm just worried about him, the way he's carrying on with this Trixie Van Duzen and stopping at the hotel here.
They do seem to have quite a case, don't they?
Well, I don't know about her, but this Lum is a love sick of this one thing I ever seen in my life. Goes around a sort of a daze all the time.
Yeah, he's certainly entertaining her, Orly, I'll say that. If he gives all the guests here at the hotel that much attention, why, you oughtn't to have any trouble keeping the hotel full, Abner.
Yeah, Well, trouble is he don't pay no attention to nothing or nobody but her. He was bound and determined to be the manager, and he ain't did a thing since she come here. I've had to do it all myself. He just ain't been worth killing.
Got it bad, has he?
Oh, it's just downright disgusting. All he can talk about is Trixie. Get so tired of hearing it, I want to go someplace and hide. Oh, he sat right there at that desk all morning, no poetry about her.
He must have it pretty bad if he started writing poetry, Abner. That's the last stages, they say.
Now, I just wish you could hear some of the stuff he wrote. I had to sit here and listen to him reading it. Couldn't get it to sound to suit him, you know. He'd write a little and wad it up and start over again. Just look at that wastepaper basket there, just plumb full of his ravings.
You mean all that stuff there is poetry?
Well, that's what he called it. Sat there and wrote up a whole tablet full this morning. Just pick up some of that and read it. You'll see for yourself why I'm so worried about old Lum.
Imagine Lum doing this.
Oh, he's worse than some schoolboy.
Let's see this here. Now listen. Swan to goodness. There's beauty in the brooks and trees. Sweet music comes from the birds and bees. There's sunshine in my life again since Trixie come to the Mountain View. Got this signed L. Edwards poet.
Well, go ahead. You ain't saw nothing yet. Now, he spent an hour on that, and I know. Kept asking me what would rhyme with this and what rhyme with that.
Yeah, let's see what this is about here.
Oh, they're all about Trixie. I can tell you that before you read them.
Here, listen here. As I sit here at my desk and gaze into space, everywhere I look, I see your pretty face.
That's true.
A face so sweet, a face so fair. No lines of worry, no lines of care. And when the day is done and I've sat and watched the setting sun, and the moon lights the world so bright, when day has turned to night, I still see your face, it seems. I see you even in my dreams.
Yeah, that was the one he liked so well.
I'll swan to goodness. Wonder what Miss Emaline would say if she was to hear about this Trixie that Lum's keeping company with.
Well, now, right there's what I want to talk to you about, Dick. I know in reading that Lum's in love with Miss Emaline.
You do?
Well, facts is one day Lum sort of hinted around that they was engaged secret.
Oh?
I think he meant to keep it a secret from her.
Yeah. And Lum better watch his step. Miss Emaline finds out about this affair, there never will be a wedding.
I didn't think about that.
Well, I believe this is just an infatuation, all right, Abner. I think you'll get over it.
Well, I might have did wrong, Dick. I don't like to be meddlesome. But
what?
Well, I called up Miss Emaline this morning over at Belleville and told her how Lum was carrying on with Trixie.
Well, I don't know. I don't believe I'd have done that, Abner.
Well, I did it just for his own good. I knowed after him bringing her out to meeting yesterday morning why Miss Emaline be bound to hear about it. So, I just called her up, told her not to believe anything she heard, that Lum was just being nice to Trixie on account of her staying at the hotel here.
Oh, well, I don't think that'll hurt anything.
Well, I'd sure hate to see Lum Miss Emaline bust up, for now she's just as fine a little woman as I ever knowed, I do believe.
Yes, she is. She's my nice girl.
Wait a minute. I believe I hear somebody coming in out there. Won't like the Lum. Don't let on about me call Miss Emaline. She'd skin me alive if you know that.
Oh, no, I won't say.
Oh. Well, Grandpap Tommy, I never knowed who you was.
Yeah, howdy, Grandpap.
Well, howdy, gentlemen, howdy. Has Lum got back yet?
No, he's out somewhere with that woman from Chicago staying at the hotel here.
Oh, he ain't back yet.
No.
I seen him and her go by the store a while ago on a bicycle, but
On a bicycle?
Oh, sure, yeah. He bought that tantrum bike off an Ezra Seastrong.
Yeah, if he never looked aside, him riding a bicycle with them big long legs of his and dangling down there.
What will he think up to do next?
Oh, Trixie told him that was the latest style out in California and around. Nothing would do her but for Lum to buy that old two-seater off an Ezra. He'll do anything she tells him to. She can just wrap him right around her finger.
Well, I wish he'd come on back. I want to see him about some matters over there at the store.
By the way, how's the store come along, Grandpap?
Oh, first rate, I reckon. Been doing uncommonly well.
Uh-huh.
That's what I want to see Lum about, putting on a summer clearance or clean sweep?
Well, personal, Grandpap, I believe if I was going to put on a sale, I'd put on a fire sale. We've always did a heap better with them.
Yeah, but I ain't had no far.
Well, you got matches and insurance both over there, ain't you?
Oh, now don't you listen to Abner, Grandpap. He'll put some bad ideas in your head.
Oh, I just, Josh, you know good and well I wouldn't want him to start.
All right, Trixie. Yeah, I'll wait down here for you.
As long
Yeah,
as...
quick you get ready, we'll start out again.
That's him. Now we'll listen to him talk about Trixie.
Well, howdy, gentlemen.
For goodness sakes, Lum, what are you limping about?
How'd you get all wet that way? It ain't raining out, is it, Lum?
No, it ain't raining.
You ain't been in swimming with your clothes on, have you?
Well, in a way, yes.
Huh?
Don't ever try to ride a bicycle across the swinging bridge, especially a two-seater.
Lum, Eddard, undoubtedly you never rode no bicycle across the swinging bridge.
No, but we started out to.
And you...
Yeah, right in the middle.
Well, it's the one that hadn't killed you, Lum.
Well, it would have, I reckon, if we hadn't hit in the water. Whereabouts is Cedric at?
Oh, round the back there somewhere, I reckon.
I've got to get him to go right down there and fish that bicycle out for me. Trixie wants to go riding again if we could get some dry clothes on.
Oh.
Well, Lum, I wanted to talk to you about putting on a little sale at the store. I say, Lum, I want to talk to you a little
He ain't paying no attention to nothing you're saying, Grandpap. Ain't even listening. He's going around in a daze.
Days may come and days may go, but our love goes on forever.
What's that, Lum?
Huh? Oh, nothing. I just, hand me that pencil there, Abner. I want to jot something down here before I forget it.
There he goes again.
Well, I locked up the store to come over here to talk business, but if I can't get no sense out of talking to you, I'll just use my own judgment.
Come back again, Grandpap.
Yeah. What did he want?
He sat right there and told you, Lum. Want to know about putting on a sale over at the store.
Sale. Sailing the sea of happiness with you.
Well, I'd better be going too, I guess.
Wait, hold on a minute, Dick. I want you and your woman to come over to the hotel Tuesday night. We're giving a big reception for Trixie.
That's the first I'd heard of it.
Well, Trixie never said she wanted to have it till this morning.
Oh.
Grannies, we're going to have a party like Pine Ridge never seen before.
Well, that's fine, Lum. Sure, we'd be glad to come.
Lum, we can't afford to give no big parties. We ain't got the money to spend here, and you know it. Doggy's gonna break the whole hotel.
There's the buzzer on the switchboard. I reckon Trixie's ready. Let me...
That ain't the buzzer. That's the outside telephone.
Oh, yeah. Well, go ahead and answer it then.
Lum, you and Trixie seem to be getting up a pretty big case here.
Oh, me, Dick, she is a jewel. A jewel, if ever I seen one. Smartest woman that ever...
Hello, Mountain Dew Inn. Who's calling who? Oh, yeah, he's here. All right. Long distance, Lum. Bellville calling.
Bellville?
Yeah, that's what they said.
You reckon who that should be? Hand me that receiver.
Miss Emaline, I bet you.
Yeah, that's about who it is.
Hello. All right, this is him.
He's gone.
All right. That's who it is, Miss Emaline. Hello there. Oh, just fine. How are you? Well, Granny, it's good to hear your voice.
She's a fine one.
Oh, nothing. Just sitting over here pining my heart away for you.
Listen to this.
Yeah, fine.
Good news. What is it?
Huh? Bicycle.
Well, that is good news. Oh, yeah, I'm tickled to death, but it's sort of a bad time to come right now. I'm so busy getting the hotel opened up, I ain't had time for nothing hardly. Well, sure, but Tuesday, huh? Well, that's sort of a bad day to come. The fact is, that's the busiest day I've got. Right in the middle of the week.
Tell her you aren't if you wore some money in
Yeah,
Tuesday.
I may be out of town or something.
Hush up there.
Oh, I see, and you're figuring on riding over with them, huh? Well, I'll see you Tuesday then. Oh, yeah, I'm tickled to death.
He sounds like it.
All right. Yeah, all right. Goodbye. Granny.
let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner at the hotel discussing Lum's newest predicament. Listen.
Grannies, I don't know what to do. If Miss Emaline comes over here tomorrow and goes to that reception we're giving for Trixie, it'll just about end up in a hair pulling.
Well, now, Lum, which one are you aiming on taking to the reception, Miss Emaline or Trixie?
Well, that's what's bothering me.
Well, it better bother you.
I've got to work it some way or other to where they'll both think I brung them.
Well, now, Lum, you better make up your mind which one of them you're going to be with and just come right out flat-footed and then tell the other that you can't be with her. So you can't be in love with two girls at once.
No, I can't bring myself to do it.
Well, you better. You're going to get in trouble.
No, it's going to break somebody's heart.
Well, Lum, you know if Miss Emaline comes all the way over here tomorrow, she's going to expect you to be with her at the Duzen's tomorrow night.
Yeah, but I've already told Trixie I'd take her.
Yeah.
You know, there's drawbacks to being such a favorite amongst the women folks. I found that out. I wished I wasn't so personality, so many women folks would get themselves in love with me at the same time.
Well, you better be making up your mind betwixt them. That's what you better do, and let the other one go.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Sick?
Just go to bed and stay there till day after tomorrow. Then I won't have to take neither one of them.
Now, don't you do nothing like that now, Lum. You was the one that thought up this idea. Give them a reception for Trixie.
I never done no
You
such a
did
thing.
done it?
She thought of it herself.
Well, I don't care who thought of it. You ain't going to leave me with all the work to do. Especially after all these new guests started coming in. Doggy, this place is filling up, you know it. And there's more letters there wanting reservates, too.
Yeah, that advertisement I sent to all the newspapers is what's fetching them all here, I
And
think.
Doggy, they're coming in. That traveling drummer checked out this morning, but that still leaves that man, his wife, and them two young'uns. And then them two old maids on the first floor, and then them three fellers that come in from Chicago this morning in that aeroplane.
Yeah, Granny, we're sort of getting uptownish having guests drop in here in our plane. So anxious to get here they have to fly.
Yeah. Well, they must have plenty of money. Have my aeroplane fetch them clean down here.
Oh, you can tell that by looking at them.
Yeah, they're rich, no doubt
Well, if
about
they're
it.
dressed up, I'd say they's all three millionaires.
Yeah.
Thousandaires, anyway.
Why, sure. You know that feller that drove them down here in that airplane, he just let them out and turned right around and flew right back to wherever they come from.
Yeah, I wish he'd have stayed here a while. I'd love to have took a ride in that thing.
In an airplane?
Yes, sir, I'd do it.
Oh, Lord, you wouldn't know. See,
I tried once.
You wouldn't get up off the ground, you know.
I would done it.
Well, if I ridden one of them, I wouldn't put my full weight down, I'll tell you that.
If he comes back after him, I think I'll do that.
Well, how long are they aiming on staying here anyway?
I don't know. You was at the desk whenever they come in.
Yeah, I know it. I asked them, but I couldn't get no sense out of them. One of them said they'd stay till the smoke cleared up, and then the other two just laughed about it. Just stood there and giggled at one another.
What smoke cleared up?
I don't know. I never knowed we had a forest fire or anything kind around here. I just allowed it might have been some kind of a joke they'd getting off, so I laughed at them too.
Maybe they was talking about the smoke from the airplane they come in on.
Well, they might have been. But at that time, I never knowed they come in the airplane. See, I never knowed that till old man Johnson come over here raising the roof about it.
Well, I don't blame him. Them landing the thing right there in his pasture, scaring the daylights out of him and his stock and young'uns.
Yeah. You know, he was telling me Jackie, that's the littlest one over there, said he clumb clean up under the house, and they just can't get him to come out from under there at all.
Well, I don't know. Liable to starve to death under there.
No, I asked him about that, and he said they'd been chucking biscuits up under the house there to him.
I hope his woman makes better biscuits than the widow Abernathy does. About if throwed one of hers under there, it'd about cripple a young'un for life if it was he.
Old man Johnson said they'd tried everything in the world to get little Jackie to come out from under there. Looked like the only thing left to do, he said, to just chop a hole in the floor and drag him out. Said they'd begged and pleaded with him and threatened him and everything else, but he wouldn't budge. Just laid clean up there again the chimney and tremble.
Oh, that's pitiful.
Poor little feller scared plumb to death.
It ain't healthy under there neither, is he?
Why, sure, I reckon it ought to be. Their hogs stay up in there all the time. Old man Johnson told me the other day, said he never had a better batch of hogs than he's got right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't hurt the young as far as health's concerned.
They give old man Johnson something for damages. I know, for I seen him do it.
Yeah. Whenever he threatened to stick the law on him, why, they couldn't pay him quick enough. Give him $20.
$20?
I seen it. Give him two $10 bills. I seen the money. He had it right there with him.
Well, if Ruth Rankins finds out about that, he'll more than likely be over here wanting some damages, too.
What's the matter with Ruth?
Why, he got pretty bad skinned up, according to what they told me down at the barber shop a while ago.
Ruth?
Yeah.
Well, he never got hit by no airplane, did he?
No, they said that Grandma Rankin, Ruth's mother that lives there with him, was going over to spend the day with Aunt Charity Spears.
Yeah, they're awful good friends.
And she's so stove up with rheumatism, she couldn't walk.
Oh, no, she ain't walked for months. Been bedrid ever since last summer, I reckon.
And they was using all the mules in the field, so Ruth just decided he'd put her in the buggy. And he got in the shafts and started to pull her over there himself.
Ruth, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
But just as they got out of that long lane that comes there from the place, that airplane swooped down over him, and Ruth had to run away with himself.
Run away?
Oh, he taken right out through them woods. Turned the buggy over and throwed Grandma Rankins about 10 foot.
Well, I do know. Yeah, Ruth's awful high strung.
Oh, awful high strength.
Was Grandma bad hurt?
No, they said it never hurt her none, but Ruth was running and looking back over his shoulder, at the airplane, run right smack into a tree.
Oh, my.
Knocked himself unconscious.
For the land sakes alive. Well, I hadn't heard a word about it.
About that time, the airplane circled by him again. Grandma throwed Ruth in the buggy and grabbed the shafts and tore out for home in a dead lope.
She did?
She done it.
Pulling the buggy herself?
Yes, sir.
And her crippled up the
Well,
way
they said it cured her.
Cured her?
They don't know where it was the fall or the scare that done it, but she sure got Ruth home in a hurry.
Well, I do know. Well, I reckon you could say them fellers did some good by coming in that airplane anyway.
Well, they're helping us, stopping here at the hotel, too.
Yeah. I just wonder if Trixie Van Duzen was the one that told them about this hotel.
No, I thought maybe she did, too, but I asked her, and she said she didn't even know him.
She didn't?
No.
I dog as I believe she does.
Oh, no.
She does?
Just 'cause they're all from the same place, that ain't no sign they know one another. Chicago's a big city, Everybody don't know one another there like they do here in Pine Ridge.
Well, I weren't going by that long. The reason I think she knows them, she was standing here at the desk whenever they come in this morning. And quick as they opened the front door and seen her, they all three greeted her like they was old friends. Called her Blondie.
Blondie?
That's what they said. Hello there, Blondie.
Well, that shows right there they never knowed her.
Well, I just thought at first they might be the ones she'd been sending them telegrams to. And
Telegram? What telegram?
why, them telegrams she got Cedric to take into the county seat for her.
Well, that's strange. She never said nothing to me about sending no telegram.
Well, she never said nothing to me about it neither. But she had Cedric take two of them in there. One yesterday and one day before yesterday.
Well, I do know.
She gave him a $5 bill to send him with both times and just told him to keep the change.
Well, I'd have took him in there for her for nothing.
Well, she told Cedric she didn't want nobody to know about her sending them and made him promise not to tell nobody. But I made him tell me before I'd let him off to go into the county seat with him.
Well, what'd she say in them?
I don't know. I never seen him.
Granny, whereabouts is Cedric at?
I reckon he's still out there in the hall doing that painting. That's what he was doing.
Get him in here. Hey, Cedric! Cedric! Come here a minute. Come in the office.
Lum, if there was any big words in them telegrams, Cedric couldn't have read them nohow.
Well, I think she must have been sending them to her mother, for she thinks the world and all of her.
Well, I don't see what she'd be so secret about sending telegrams to her mother for.
Wait a minute. Granny's, I got it. I know now.
Huh? What is it?
Bless her little heart.
Huh?
I'll bet she was telling her mother how much in love with me she is. That's just about what she was doing.
Well,
bless her heart.
Must have been ashamed of it then if she never wanted nobody to know about her sending them.
You want to see me, Mr. Edwards?
Oh, yeah. Come in, Cedric. Now, don't ask me how I know about this, but you've been sending some telegrams for Miss Trixie, ain't you?
Oh, bet you I know how you found out about it, too.
No, I never, Cedric. I never said
Well,
a word.
you're invading the question here. Did you send some telegrams for Miss Trixie?
Yes, Mom.
Well, did you, Did you read 'em? Every one of 'em?
Sounds like the Justice of the Peace Court, the way you're cross-questioning him, Lum.
Did you read them telegrams, Cedric?
Well, yes, Mama, I read one of them. That and yesterday.
Uh-huh. You ought not to did that, Cedric. That ain't good manners, reading other folks' mail, telegrams, and stuff like that. What did it say?
Oh, I couldn't make no sense out of it.
See there, I told you.
Did it say anything about being in love with me? It was sent to her mother, weren't it?
Oh, I don't know. If her ma's name was Charlie, it was.
Pa?
Well, what did it say?
Oh, something other about, let's see. Said, lay out here perfect. Nobody won't suspect nothing. Or something like that. Then she went on and said something about, have the very man for what we need. He'll do anything I say. Then she signed it Blondie.
Blondie?
Blondie.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Dick Huddleston at the hotel talking about the forthcoming reception. Listen.
Oh, yeah, I reckon the whole town will be here. Lum made announcements over the party line. Invited everybody.
Well, I guess this will be one of the biggest affairs Pine Ridge has had since the medicine show was here, Abner.
Oh, yeah, Lum. And I know they'll all come, for Lum told them he's going to have refreshments.
Oh, you're going to have something to eat, too, huh?
Oh, sure. Widow Abernathy's back there in the kitchen making up a batch of popcorn balls and cookies and cakes, one thing or another.
I just noticed, and I like the way you got the lobby decorated here.
Yeah, well, Lum and Trixie done that. Trixie went out yesterday and gathered all them wildflowers, and her and Lum spent the whole morning decorating in here.
They did,
Oh, had the time of their lives, laughing, cutting up like a couple of young'uns.
Yeah. What's the platform for down at the far end, Abner?
Oh, that's for the music to set on.
Music?
Yeah, Mose Mooch is going to bring his fiddle over, and Luke Spears is going to pick the guitar.
Well, say, this will be a good place in here to have a dance here in the lobby. Plenty of room. Ought to have a big time tonight.
Oh, yeah, we'll have. If I can get to stay, I reckon I will.
Get to stay?
Yeah, I'm just afraid all this goldenrod they brung in here will fetch on Elizabeth's hay fever, and she'll light into sneezing and have to take out for home, and natural drag me off with her.
This time of year, I don't believe it'll bother none, Abner. Later on in the fall, it will.
Yeah. Uh-oh, there comes Lum through the lobby. Got back quicker than I thought he would.
Yeah, where's he been?
He's been over to meet Miss Emaline. She called her up a while ago and said she's in town, and he tore out to see her.
Say, he's gonna be in between two fires with her and Trixie both here, ain't he?
Yeah. He don't know that I telephoned Miss Emaline at Belleville, told her he was carrying on with Trixie.
That's more than likely the reason Miss Emaline came back to Pine Ridge, too.
Yeah, don't you never let on to him that I done that now, Dick. Oh, I won't. Mind out here.
Well, gentlemen.
Miss Emaline get here all right, did you know?
Yeah, she's over at Sister Simpson's boarding house.
Yeah, how's she looking?
Oh, fine, looking uncommonly well.
Well?
Yeah, that couple of weeks vacate done her a lot of good, I believe.
Hey, Lum, what are you going to do about tonight? Which one of them are you going to take to the reception?
Well, I think I got it worked out now to where I can take both of them.
Both of them? Both of them?
You see, I told Trixie I had a cousin coming in. I'd have to sort of be nice to her tonight, too. And then I told Miss Emaline that Trixie's a cousin of mine, and her and me both would come by for her.
You mean that you're going to take Trixie along with you when you go after Miss Emaline?
Yeah. That way I can be with both of them.
What did Miss Emaline say whenever you told her Trixie was your cousin?
Oh, she's just taking it hook, line, and sinker.
She did.
That's what I call managing. I can dance with either one of them now all I want to, without the other thinking anything about it.
Well, I don't know. I believe I smell trouble in it, Lum. You said yesterday she was going to make out like you was sick so you wouldn't have to go tonight, and I still believe that's the best idea.
Yeah, but this way I don't have to stay away from her.
There's the switchboard again. Just a second. Bell, Captain. What? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be right up with it. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
Ice water for 206 again. Be back in a minute. Don't go away, Dick.
Oh, good goodness, if he ain't a sight with that get up on.
Yeah, I walked in here a while ago and saw that bellhop uniform on. I almost laughed in his face.
Fits him out like a sock on a rooster.
Oh, he's taking that bellhopping seriously.
Sleeve down clean over his hands. And his collar's supposed to fit tight, but I bet you could slip that coat right over his head without unbuttoning. You could roll an apple in there.
Yeah, I noticed it's way too big for him.
Yeah, he was sitting there this morning smoking a pipe and dropped off to sleep, and a far out of the pipe dropped down under the collar. You ought to saw him.
Gave himself a hot foot, huh?
He jumped up and tore over here and started turning in the fire alarm before I could stop him.
You know, if that little cap fell on the top of his head that way, Lum, and chin whiskers sticking out over that collar, he looks like he ought to be on the end of a chain dancing around a grind organ. Don't tell him I said that.
Well, he insists on wearing it.
You know, I thought that Abner was the assistant manager and Cedric was the bellboy.
Well, he was, but he made Cedric swap jobs with him.
Swap jobs?
Cedric was making too much money out of the tips these folks was giving him.
See?
Them three fellas from Chicago give him a quarter every time he goes up there and brings them something. They keep him running all day long.
How many guests have you got here now, huh?
Well, let's see. Let me look at the registrator here. Yeah, first was Trixie Van Duzen, you know, from Chicago.
Yeah, sure.
And then there's a man and his wife and little girl staying here. Let's see, what is their name? Oh, yeah, Mr. and Ms. John Smith and daughter, Cicero,
Smith.
Illinois.
Cicero? That's up near Chicago, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. And these two old maids here, Miss Sarah and Miss Ella Mae Rogers. Mighty nice old ladies. Quiet sort.
Well,
fact is, I think Sarah's deep and dumb. Ella Mae does all the talking.
well, where are they from?
Oh, Indiana somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
Gary?
Yeah.
Well, that's right there by Chicago, too.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of trade from that part of the country, aren't you?
Yeah, you know them three fellas that come in yesterday in that airplane, they're from Chicago, too.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. All getting here about the same time, too.
Yeah, that ad I put in the paper up there seems to have did more good than any place else.
Well, there's another quarter. That's $1.25 I made today.
$1.25?
Yes, sir. I know, 'cause I've learned something about this bellhopping. See, I just fill the pitchers about half full of water now. They got to cool down quicker that way.
Oh, for pity's sake.
Hey, you make some good money off those fellas, Abner, if they stay long enough, won't you?
Oh, yeah, they're mighty nice feller, too. Friendly. Call me Uncle.
Uncle?
And I reckon I'll put them in mind of some of their relays. Hey, Lum, you said this union farm was too big for me, but them fellers up there said they thought it was way yonder too little for me. Wanted to know if this collar choked me.
Choked you?
Lonely. Well, here, I got to get back to the store, fellas. I'll see you fellas tonight, then.
Yeah, come over early, Dick. We're going to have a big time.
Yeah, don't worry.
Don't miss none of it.
Well, we'll be over just quick to eat supper.
Good. Granny's I can't hardly wait till tonight.
No.
Wish Choo-Choo Pie hadn't chewed up them sports shoes of mine.
Hey, Lum, I didn't want to say nothing while Dick was here, but you know that little girl of the Smiths, little Gwendolyn?
Yeah.
Well, she's up there in 206 playing cards with them three fellers from Chicago.
Playing cards?
Yeah, gambling. This rascal sitting up there, got so many chips stacked up in front of her, she can't hardly see over the top of them. Take a show dog to leap them.
Well, is her mama and papa in there with her?
No, just her and them three fellers.
Well, somebody ought to tell them. They'll be uneasy about her.
Well, they needn't be uneasy about her. I heard one of the fellers say just before I opened the door that she was $800 ahead of the game.
$800?
What they said. And while I was in there, they tried to make out like they was playing for fun, you know.
I bet her mama and papa's looking everywhere for her.
Yeah, she's a tough little rascal, I'll tell you that. I was coming down the hall this morning and heard the whole family had Marukas in there.
Did I?
Oh, she was bawling her mama and papa out to a fare you well.
Well, I do know. She looks to be such a sweet, well-behaved young'un, too.
Well, she never sounded that way this morning. I never heard such talk from a child.
Well, what all did she say?
Well, I didn't hear too much. She was saying something about that they needn't think they could run over her just because of her size. Said she'd had enough on both of them to send them up the river for life.
Imagine talking to her parents that
Wants
way.
them to go on a fishing trip, I figure.
She ought to be ashamed.
Well, she don't call them Mama and Papa neither. calls her Papa Duke and her Mama Mame.
Duke and Mame.
Yeah. She said if they didn't come through with her part or something or other, she was going back to Chicago. She had a chance for her old job back with the carnivals or something.
Well, independent little thing.
Oh, she stands right up to them.
Threatening to go out in the world, make her own way.
Well, it sure made them mad. They lit in, started calling her dwarf and midget and everything else.
Oh, that's a shame when families get to fussing that way.
Boy, I never seen such strange people in my life as is around this hotel here.
What do you mean, strange?
Well, in the first place, now, the way the Smith family's carrying on. And little Gwendolyn talking the way she does. Then there's Trixie signing them telegrams Blondie. Them fellers calling her Blondie whenever they come in yesterday. And her making out like she didn't know them then.
Yeah, I think I'm going to ask her about that.
And another thing, Lum, did you know that them three fellers that come in that airplane yesterday from Chicago ain't been out of their room since they got here?
Oh, well, maybe they're just tired out from their trip.
Well, it looks like they could at least come down for their meals.
Oh, ain't they been eating in the dining room?
No, they're having all their meals brung up to them. If you stayed around the hotel here instead of gallivanting around with Trixie all the time, you'd see some of this stuff that's going on.
Granny, that does look sort of strange, don't it?
Why, sure. These two old maids that's staying here seem to be the only folks around here that's acting like people ought to be honest.
Yeah, they are mighty nice.
Oh, they're fine.
Two sweet old women.
You can tell, fine folks.
I just think...
What is it, Cedric?
Cedric, are you through painting there in the hall?
We want to get that done before tonight, Cedric.
Well, I ain't quite through, but I just wanted to tell you something I seen just now.
What is it?
Well, I was painting that door to the room where the two old maids is just now, and I happened to look through the transom, and one of the old maids, that biggest one, was sitting there in a chair with her feet propped up on the table smoking a big cigar.
Smoking a cigar?
Oh, for goodness sakes. Old woman like that.
No, me.
And that gray hair she's been wearing was hanging on the foot of the bedstead. It's a wig. I had to leave to keep from laughing right out loud.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum at the Mountain View Inn trying to locate his partner. Listen.
Abner. Hey, Abner, where are you?
Here I am, Lum. Just been doing some bell hopping. You know, I believe I was right, too.
Right about what?
Don't you recollect? I told you there was something peculiar about all these people that's stopping here at this hotel.
What's the matter now?
Well, I just now taken a pitcher of ice water up to room 206, and that whole bunch is gathered in there.
What whole bunch?
Well, might not everybody stopping here at the hotel.
Oh, you must be mistaken, Abner.
They was in there.
They don't even know one another. I've saw them pass right down here in the lobby, and they don't even speak to one another.
Well, they might not know one another, but they're together anyway. Look like they was having a meeting of some kind, too.
Trixie wasn't in there, was she?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't see everybody. They never let me come in like they generally do. One of them come to the door and taking a pitcher of water. Just opened the door a little bit. But I could see in the looking glass of the dresser there.
That's funny.
If you want my notions on it, that whole bunch is up to something.
Oh, Abner, you're just imagining things.
I am not.
Ever since you was deputy town marshal, you think everybody you see is a crook.
I don't ordinarily, Lum, but these folks are just acting awful suspicious.
Well, I don't see nothing suspicious about that. Folks is allowed to visit in one another's rooms if they want to.
Yeah, but, well, you take them two old maids now. I know in reason one of them is a man.
A man?
Yes, sir, a man. Well, you know, Cedric said he seen one of them yesterday up there in a room smoking a big cigar. And she must be wearing false hair, for he said he seen that gray hair she's been wearing hanging on the end of the bedstead there.
Yeah, I'll admit that did sound sort of strange, all
She's
right.
a man.
Granny, she might be a man.
She is.
Maybe that's the reason she lets the other one do all the talking, so's her voice won't give her away.
Hot doggies, that's it.
I just thought she was deaf and dumb.
Well, they was talking to beat the band a while ago, till I knocked on the door, and then they quieted right down.
What was they saying? Could you hear what they were talking about?
No, nothing particular. Just before I knocked, I heard Mame talking, and Mrs. Smith, little Gwendolyn, called her Mame.
Oh.
From the way she talked, they must be waiting here for some Indian to get here.
Indian?
Yeah, she was saying something about she wished the chief would hurry up and get here. This place was getting on her nerves.
The chief, huh?
That's what she said.
That sounds like we might have a gang of criminals staying here.
That's just what I think. I believe the whole bunch is crooks.
Granny, you're getting me suspicious now.
You mean on account of that Indian coming?
No, Abner, they weren't talking about no Indian.
They called him chief.
If they're crooks like we think, they're talking about the ringleader of the gang. That's what they call him, the chief.
Oh, I dog that proves it. I'm a good mind to get hold of Uncle Henry Lunsford and have him go up there and he arrest the whole outfit right now.
No, now, don't go calling the town marshal. In the first place, we ain't got no evidence against them.
Well, something more to be did if they're crooks, Lum.
Yeah, but you can't go arresting somebody just 'cause they're crooks.
You can't.
Got to catch them doing something against the law first. Besides, they're guests here at the hotel. We can't make no money if you go around having everybody that stops here arrested.
Well, they're up to something. I'll bet money on it. I hate to just stand by and wait for it to happen. I know it's coming sure to work.
You can't arrest a body before he does something, though.
Well, it might be a good idea.
Well, I know one thing. I know that Trixie couldn't be mixed up with them. She's too sweet a girl.
Well, I don't know, Lum. I believe she's just as much into it as the rest of them.
Now, mind out what you're saying there.
I believe she's right up there in that meeting they're having right now.
You said you never seen her.
No, but I couldn't see all the room, neither.
Now, wait a minute. You're trying to accuse her on circumstance evidence. I'll just call her up her room right now and ease my mind about that right now. And show you, too.
All right, call her. And she ain't in her room. I bound you that's where she's at, right in the meeting, too. I know she's one of them.
Granny, she don't answer.
I knowed it. You're just wasting your time, Lum. She's right up there with the rest of them. I bound you the whole bunch knowed one another before ever they come to Pine Ridge, too.
No, sir, Abner. I'll never believe Trixie's mixed up with no gang of crooks.
What about that telegram she sent to Chicago and signed it Blondie?
Oh, well, that don't prove nothing. Maybe that's her nickname. She's a blonde, sort of sorrel-headed, got light-colored hair.
Yeah, but them three fellas from Chicago spoke to her when they come in the other day and called her Blondie.
Yeah, I asked her about that. She said she never did see him before.
Never seen them?
Said they're just trying to get fresh with her. Said lots of people calls her Blondie.
Well, everybody to their own notions. I still believe she knows them, though.
Who all did you see up there in the room a while ago?
Well, they was in 206, so natural, them three Chicago fellers is in there, and the two old maids.
Yeah.
And Mr. and Mrs. Smith and little Gwendolyn.
Oh, she was in there again, huh?
Yeah. Last night I was telling Dick Huddleston about her being up there playing cards with them three fellers and how awful she talked to her mama and papa for such a little girl, and Dick said he believed she was a midget.
A midget?
That's what he said.
Well, now, I hadn't thought about that. Come to think about it, she does have awful grown-up ways about her.
Why, sure. What I can't understand is why she'd want to dress herself up like a little girl.
Well, what about the old maid? If one of them's a man, what's his idea in dressing himself up like a woman?
I don't know. Whole thing's got me so mixed up I don't know what to think.
Might not like a masquerade party around here. Everybody dressing themselves up like something else.
Yeah, and see, now, talking about parties, there's another thing. After us giving that reception for the guests here at the hotel, wouldn't none of them come down to it. Well, except all the hired help and Trixie.
Well, she was the only one I cared about being there anyway. Worst part of that was you spent most of your time with her than I did. Eating sandwiches with her and dancing with her and carrying on.
Well, I never wanted to, Special Mom. But you heard what she said. Said you'd more than likely rather dance with your cousin.
Yeah. You know, the way she said that makes me suspect that she never actually believed Miss Emaline was my cousin. Did she say anything to you about it?
No. Not that I recollect, she never.
You know, I ain't so sure that Miss Emaline believed that Trixie was my cousin either.
Huh?
Did you notice how cold she acted toward me?
Who? Trixie or Miss Emaline?
Well, both of them. Now that I think about it. I was talking about Miss Emaline, though.
Oh.
Just the way she looked at me. You know, sort of turned away whenever I come near her.
Well, how could she look at you? She turned away from you.
Well, I don't know. She did it, though, somehow. But what made me really suspicious that she expected something about Trixie is when she asked Mose Moose to drive her home.
Well, I don't see why a little thing like that make you suspicious about nothing.
Well, maybe I am just letting my imagination run away with me. Here's more than likely the whole thing. Both of them women were just jealous over me.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them.
Oh, no, of course not. No.
Of course, now that I think about it, maybe I oughtn't to have told them both the same story. I mean, about the other and being my cousin.
Oh.
Because that makes them cousins, see.
Why, sure.
Them two women ever get together and start talking.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's that coming in yonder?
I don't know. Got some hand satchels. Must be another customer for the hotel.
Yeah, must be. High-class looking fella, ain't it?
My goodness, business is picking up, eh? I know we'd make a go of this thing. Run and carry his bags for him, Abner.
Well, he's just got two. He don't need no help.
Well, that don't matter. Supposed to help everybody.
Yeah, all right. It seems silly, though.
Boy, it's too late now. Just forget it. Well, howdy do, sir. Welcome to Mountain View Inn.
Welcome to Mountain View Inn.
Why, it certainly is hot today, isn't it?
Why, yes, it is. Uncommonly warm. Wouldn't surprise me none if we didn't get a rain. What can we do for you?
Well, I'd like a nice quiet room. I'm not sure how long I'll be here. A week or so, perhaps longer.
Oh, we can fix you up, I'm sure. Stay as long as you like.
Well, thank you. I'd like a bath, too.
Well, that's all right. You go right ahead and take one. There's a tub right in the room. Awful handy.
Yes, that is handy.
Oh, this is a modern place here. Just write your name right down here in the registry.
Yes, of course. Yes. Smith, huh?
Oh, you don't need to read it. Just sign it. That's all you have to do, mister.
Yes, I know.
More than likely you ain't did much traveling. Put your name right on that line there.
These people that you have registered from Chicago, what do they look like, the Smiths here?
Oh, they just look like people. Man and his woman and their little girl, Gwendolyn.
Mm-hmm. Little girl, you say, huh?
Yeah, to be honest, I think she's more of a midget.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you ask?
Oh, no reason. I just thought they might be some Smiths that I used to know. Oh, just forget it. Sorry I bothered you.
Oh, it weren't no bother.
Hey, Cedric! Come here, Cedric.
217. That'll be a good quiet room for you, mister.
Oh, that's fine. I want to get plenty of rest.
Call me, Mr. Abner.
Take them hand satchels up to room 217. Here's the key. Just follow him, mister, and he'll show you right where your room's at.
Yes, well, thank you very kindly.
Hey, if you want any ice water, why, just call for Bellhop Abner. Oh, but I hope he does call me. He looks like he'd come across with a big tip.
Granny, that ain't all he looks like.
Huh?
Look where he's from, Abner. Chicago.
Huh?
There's the chief them crooks have been expecting.
The chief?
I'll bet my last dollar on it. See what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Dick Huddleston at the hotel talking to Lum. Listen.
Well, I think you just letting your imagination run away with you, Lum.
Imagine nothing. Let me tell you another thing. You know them two old maids that stop in here, the Rogers sisters?
You mean those two old women that sit here in the lobby all the time?
Yeah, that's the ones.
Yeah, they seem to be awful nice old ladies.
Well, one of them's a man.
A man?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
Sarah, she's a man.
You mean the one that's deaf and dumb?
Oh, she ain't no more deaf and dumb than you are.
Huh?
She just acting that way so she won't have to say nothing and let her voice give her away.
Why, What could be her idea in masquerading as a woman, Lum?
Well, I don't know what her idea is, but Cedric looked over the transom in their room and seen her sitting there in a chair with her feet propped up on the table smoking a big cigar.
Smoking a cigar?
Yes, sir. And that gray hair of hers ain't real. She had it off hanging on the foot of the bedstead. It's a wig.
Well, I'll declare.
And on top of that, this little Gwendolyn's supposed to be Mr. and Ms. Smith's little girl. Calls her mother and father Mame and Duke. Talks terrible to them.
Yeah, well, Abner's telling me about that, and I told him I believe she was a midget.
Well, you're just right, too. I've been looking at her since that time, and she ain't no doubts in my mind about it now.
George, you have got some peculiar people staying here, all right.
Oh, it's got me worried plumb to death. And yesterday, whenever they was having that meeting up there in the room, Abner taking some ice water up there, and they wouldn't let him come in the room. But he overheard some talk.
What was they saying?
Well, he heard this Miss Smith, or Mame, or whatever her name is, saying that she wished the chief would hurry up and get here. That this place was getting on her nerves.
The chief, huh?
Yeah. Abner thought they was talking about an Indian. But I got to studying about it, and I think I've got it all figured out now. They must have been waiting for the ringleader of the gang to get here. You know, they always call him the chief.
Yeah. Of course, on the other hand, now, she might have meant something else entirely.
No, I know I'm right now, for the chief got in here yesterday afternoon.
He did? How do you know?
Well, there was a feller come in and registered, and he's from Chicago.
Well, that doesn't mean he's a ringleader of this gang, Lum. Or even connected with it, for that matter.
I don't know. He was awful interested in the other names that was wrote down in that registrator. Even asked some questions about them.
He did?
Want to know what Mr. and Ms. Smith and little Gwendolyn looked like. Tried to pass it off by saying he thought he might be some Smiths he knowed once.
He did, huh?
Yeah. Later on, I offered to introduce him to the Smiths, but he said no, he just wanted to be left alone. Rather not meet nobody, just wanted to rest.
Well, wouldn't that make you think that he wasn't connected with them then, Lum?
Oh, no, he just asked them questions at first to make sure he had the right place. That's why he was so interested in seeing who was registered here.
Oh.
But then from there on, he don't want nobody to know he's one of them. Oh, I can see right through them fellers. There ain't been a justice of the peace for nothing, you know.
No. What was his name?
Well, according to what he put down, he calls himself Professor Herbert Collinmore, I believe it is.
Professor?
Found you that ain't his real name, though. Well, I take it this place is just full of crooks.
Well, there is something strange going on there. There's no doubt about that. No, Lum, I think it might be a good idea to get the town marshal to deputize Abner again so that you'll have a representative of the law here at the hotel.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Sure, make him a deputy constable.
Do that. Of course, I've got my doubts if Abner could catch him if he was to tell him what they was going to do and when they was going to do it. Besides, he's too busy doing this bellhopping to pay no attention to anything else.
Well, I still think it's good to have the law around here, though. We want to protect the good name of the hotel, Lum. And if they are a gang of crooks, well, we don't want them in here. That's a cinch.
No, sir. I'm running a respectable place.
Say, Lum, why don't you get a good detective out here for a few days? Let him look things over and advise you what to do.
Grannies, I might do that.
I believe it's a good idea.
I know Abner can't detect nothing. He's just like an old hound dog that's lost his nose. All he's good for is to sit down and bark after the other ones who's done the treeing.
What's that noise, Lum?
Oh, that's the buzzer on the switchboard. Just a minute.
Oh.
Oh, grannies, I forget how to shut that thing off. Manager Eddard speaking. Who? Oh, how are you today, Mr. Collinmore? Well, I'm afraid you're too late for that. But if you can wait a few minutes, I think the widow Abernathy will have supper ready, and we can send it up to your room for you. All right, fine.
Was that him, Lum?
Yeah, that was Professor.
Oh.
Must have been asleep all day. Wanted us to send his dinner up to his room right here at supper time.
Did he say exactly what line of work he's in, Lum?
No, he never. But I'll tell you this, and this is something else that made me suspicious of him.
Huh.
He said he was a ornithologist, something like that.
Ornithologist?
Sure. Anybody could tell he was American. Yeah, he ain't no foreigner. Nobody can tell me that he is.
Well, wait a minute, though, Lum. An ornithologist is not a nationality. It's a fellow that studies birds.
Studies birds?
Well, sure. That must be the kind of professor he is.
Well, now I know he's a crook. Nobody could make an honest living studying birds. He's got to have a sideline. And I know what it is. It's being ringleader of that gang we got here.
Well, maybe you're right, Lum. That's what I say. That you
Wait a minute. There comes Abner. I want to talk to him.
Oh.
Abner, where have you been all afternoon?
Oh, I've been upstairs doing a little detecting. Oh, howdy, Dick.
Hello, Abner.
Detecting who?
Well, I was in room 207 right next to them fellers from Chicago. Thought I'd sort of listen to what all they's talking about.
What all they have to say, Abner?
Oh, nothing. Nothing I couldn't hear very good.
Look here a minute, Abner.
Ah.
Just what I thought. Look at them eyes swole up there. No wonder you couldn't hear them. You've been asleep.
What now, Long?
Haven't you?
Well, to be right honest about it, I reckon I did sort of doze off a little.
I was just telling Dick about some of the strange things that's been going on around here, and he made a good suggestion.
What's that?
Well, Dick thinks, and I do too, as far as that goes, that we ought to hire a detective to come here and investigate things for us.
Well, I don't see no use in there. We already got one. An awful good detective here.
Where? Who?
Me. This is a chance I've been looking for long. I've always known I had a natural talents for detecting, but I never had a chance to use them.
Oh, you got natural talents for sleeping. If you're going to be a detective, first thing you got to do is learn to stay awake.
Well, even detective needs to rest sometime.
Well, I don't know if you'll ever be a detective or not, but here's something I want you to do.
Huh?
This was Dick's idea, too. I want you to go down to the town marshal's office and have Uncle Henry deputize you again.
I've done did it.
You have?
Why, sure. That'll give you an idea what kind of a law officer you got around here. From now on, you just leave everything to me.
Well, here, fellas, I've got to get back to the store.
Oh, sit down, Dick. Sit down. You don't have to go yet.
Yes, I do, Lum. It's my night closing time. If anything else develops or if there's anything I can do to help you, well, let me know now.
All right, Dick. Glad you come over.
Yeah, come back and loaf with us, Dick.
Granny's Abner, I feel just like we're sitting right on top of a batch of dynamite waiting for somebody to catch it off. I never thought the hotel business would turn out like this.
Yeah, I wish we hadn't have got into it now.
Oh, I don't wish that. I never would have met Trixie if it hadn't have been for the hotel.
Yeah, if you don't watch yourself, that new feller, that Professor Cauliflower or whatever his name is, going to beat your time, too.
With who? Trixie?
Yes, sir.
They don't even know one another.
You just think they don't. I seen them talking together this morning.
Where?
Well, I seen this Professor Cauliflower go out of the hotel this morning, and directly Trixie left, and then I seen them meet down there back at the spring house, and they stood there and talked for a half hour.
Well, I do know. That blame his hide. I knowed I didn't like him from the start, the snake in the weed.
Lum, you might as well make up your mind that Trixie is in with this gang.
No, sir, I'll never believe that. She's got too honest a face. I don't believe she'd misrepresent herself to me.
Well, you admit yourself you think this Professor Cauliflowers is the chief of the gang, and if him and Trixie knows one another...
Wait a minute. Who's that?
Huh? Oh, there's another customer, I reckon. Coming in here, all right. Got a hand satchel there, too.
Granny's business is picking up around here, you know it?
She's a fancy dresser, ain't you?
Oh, yeah. Come in, sir. Come in. Welcome to the Mountain View Inn.
You ought to say that.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Here, I'll take your hand satchels for you.
If you're looking for a room, just sign your name right here.
Well, I don't know. I want to look at your register first.
Yes, sir. Help yourself. Got some nice people stopping here. You'll enjoy their company, I know.
Mr. and Mrs. John Smith and daughter.
Yeah, that little girl is a midget, though.
Shut up, Abner.
Mrs. Sarah and Ella Mae Rogers.
Yeah, one of them's a man.
Abner, will you shut up or I'll whop you on?
I was just telling you.
That sounds like the bunch, all right. Who's the manager here?
Him.
Yeah, Eddard is my name.
Well, my name is Wilson. Could I trust you two gentlemen with a secret?
Oh, my, yes. I'm the justice of the peace here in Pine Ridge, and Mr. Peabody here is the deputy town marshal.
Yes, sir. You can depend on us.
Well, now, that's fine. I don't know whether you realize it or not, but you're harboring one of the most notorious bands of jewel thieves in the world here at your hotel. I've trailed them here. That's my business. Here, you see?
What's that? Oh, a bag.
That's right. I'm a detective.
Well, I do know. You're the fellow we've been looking for.
Yeah, we was just talking about sending for one we had our suspicions.
But if you gentlemen will give me a room and say nothing to anyone about my being here and who I am, we can round up this whole bunch. You can be a big help to me. A big help.
see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows at the Mountain View Inn. Abner has just entered the lobby. Listen.
For so long, Abner.
I've been up talking to them fellers from Chicago.
What fellers? They're all from Chicago.
I mean them three that's up there in room 206.
Well, you've been gone for nearly an hour.
I know it.
Trixie's called down here 4 times wanting to know if I could take Choo-Choo Pie out for a walk.
Well, Lum, I told you where I was going. You could have called up there for me.
Well, I didn't know you was aiming on spending the afternoon with them. What was you talking about all that time?
Oh, they was asking me a batch of questions about some of the other guests that's stopping here at the hotel.
You didn't tell them about this Mr. Wilson that come in the other day being a detective, did you?
Oh, no. I told them I didn't know what his business was. You know me.
They'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I'm a secret.
I believe that fellow will round up that whole gang before he gets done.
He knows his detective, I'll tell you that. He's always in there in the hall listening at somebody's door every time I go up there.
Well, now, we want to help him all we can.
Yeah, sure.
If word gets passed around that we've got a gang of jewel thieves stopping here at the hotel, our business is ruined. Just plain ruined. That's all there are to it.
Yeah.
May as well close the place up.
Yeah, he said this morning that he wanted to get me and you to be his assistants, sort of deputy detectives.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He said there was a big reward for capturing the jewel thieves and that he'd split it 3 ways if we helped him along.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Well, I figured he'd be around wanting my advice on how to catch him.
You know, Lum, I feel sort of mean about helping him catch him, though.
Sort of mean?
I do.
Why? I don't see no reason for you to feel that way.
Well,
they're guilty.
Yeah. I know it's my duty as deputy town marshal to see if the law's carried out regardless, but them fellers have just been so nice to me, them 3 and 206. Look at there. They give me a whole $1 just now for answering all them questions.
Give you $1?
Right there it is. That's $16.25 in tips that they'd give me in less than a week.
$16.25?
Yeah.
Just for taking ice water up to them and running errands for them?
Yeah. Huh. Now, do you blame me for not wanting to turn again them?
$16.25 in cash, huh?
Yeah. This bellhopping job's a heap better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but it's telling on you, Abner. Carrying them heavy hand satchels and running up and down the stairs with ice water and all. I just don't believe your health's going to permit you to do it. You just ain't stout enough.
Oh, me. I never felt better in my whole life.
No, you're more likely just going on Norris energy, as they call it.
Oh.
But I didn't look at you, though, Abner, and tell you ain't well.
Yeah, well, I could be wrong, I reckon. I thought I was feeling uncommonly well this summer.
Oh, naturally. Exercise, man, of us opening up this hotel and all. You just ain't had a chance to sit down and check up on yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't mind the work. Run errands as long as they hand out change to me like they've been doing.
I just hope we ain't too late. I never would forgive myself if you was to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, I reckon I've just been going so strong, I just ain't stopped to notice myself.
That's just the trouble.
But I was telling the woman, Elizabeth, this morning, I told her, I said I felt better this summer than I have for years.
Not knowing your condition. What did she say?
Oh, never said nothing particular. Just said she's glad to hear it.
Yeah. Poor Elizabeth just never wanted to tell you more than likely. Feared it might scare you, I reckon.
Feared what might scare me?
You know, knowing what a sick man you are. You've got a coloring sort of like the widow Abernathy's man had before ever he passed on.
I have?
Sort of a grayish green.
Oh, me.
Overworked. That's your trouble right there. Running up and down them stairs with ice water.
Well, I have sort of noticed it gets me sort of out of breath.
Does, huh?
Or too much breath, one. I can't hardly breathe.
Turn around in here and let me see your eyes. Open them up.
Open them?
Oh, for goodness sakes.
What's the matter, Lum?
Well, looks like you've got stigmatism.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, no, not.
Stick out your tongue. Just what I thought. Just what I thought. Pull your tongue in before you try to talk.
Forgot it was out. you just now spoke.
Why, you're sicker than we both thought you was.
I am, huh?
Hold your arm out here and let me count your pulses.
Oh.
I gotta time it.
Lum, let me sit down. I'm just so weak I can't hardly stand on my feet no
Yeah,
longer.
sit down, Abner.
Oh.
Appears you're going to have to give up this bellhopping work.
Oh.
Ready, go. 1, 2, 3.
I'd sure hate to give it up. Right in the last 5 days, I've made $16.25.
17, 18, 19.
If I could have kept that up for 100 days, I'd have made, let me see now,
101, 102, 103.
running close to $300.
300.
Yes, sir.
301, 302.
If I could work for a year, well, let's see, it's 365 days in a year, ain't it?
Huh? Yeah. 365, 366, 367.
That run over $900.
Well, I didn't know. 901, 902, 903, 904, 905. Now, Granny's Abner, you've got blood pressures.
I have?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Reckon you have. Your pulses run to 905.
that's bad, huh?
Oh, it's a good thing I sort of checked up on you when I did.
Oh,
You'd about worked yourself right into a breakdown.
you mean a breakdown dance?
No, a nervous breakdown.
Oh, thought you
You
wanted
need-
to square.
You needs a rest cure.
Am I that far gone now?
I'm feared so, Abner.
Reckon who I could get to rescue me?
To do what?
You said I need to rescue her, didn't you?
A rest cure, Abner. Rest cure.
Yeah, that's what I say. Bogus barrel-legged Crockett ought to be a good one. He rescued that little sea-strunk boy. Drug him out of the mill pond last summer when he's going down for the last time.
Well, what I mean, Abner, is you need to rest yourself. Take a rest cure.
Oh, I thought you meant...
Yeah, I know what you thought.
You mean I ought to quit work here at the hotel,
Well, no, not exactly quit work.
Taper off a little, huh?
Might be that we could find something easier for you to do,
Oh.
where you don't have to exert yourself physical. Like manager or something like that.
Well, you already got that job, though, Lum.
Yeah, I know I have, but I just thinking to save your life, it might be best for me to let you have it.
Well, that's awful thoughty of you, Lum, but I wouldn't want to take your job. I know how bad you wanted it, no.
Abner, a man that can't make sacrifices for his friends ain't worthwhile. Like that old lettered saying, the man worthwhile is the man who can smile. Oh, that's something else I'm thinking about.
Ah.
Nothing.
Oh.
Just step right down out of the office, Abner, and let you be the manager.
Well, what are you aiming on doing?
Oh, I'll just help wherever I can, here and there and yonder. I don't know. Don't make much difference about me, nohow. My health's good. I can run up and down them stairs without it hurting me now.
Well, it's all set now, huh, that I'm going to be the manager of the hotel from now on?
That's right. We'll shake hands on that to make it burn.
Yeah, just take right. Oh, watch my ring.
Reckon that bellhop uniform you're wearing will fit me all right?
I reckon it would. You ain't aiming on doing the bellhopping, are you?
Well, I don't want to. It's awful come down from manager to bellhop, but to help a friend, I'll square my shoulders and make the sacrifice.
Well, now, Lum, I just hate for you to do all that for me.
Yeah, well, I don't see no way out of it, Abner. Reckon I'll have to.
Yeah, it just looks like a shame.
Wait a minute, there comes Dick Huddleston.
Huh? Oh. Well, Lum, I believe I know how we could work
Well,
this.
wait, don't be talking about it in front of Dick.
Oh. Well, howdy, Dick.
Yeah, come in, Dick, come in.
Howdy, fellas, howdy. Just thought I'd run over and see if there's anything new about your guests around here.
Yeah, well, ain't much new. Sit down, Dick, sit down.
Yeah, thanks. Well, don't care for new. How are you today, Abner?
Oh, I just ain't feeling no count at all, Dick. I'm sort of on the funeral list.
What seems to be the trouble?
Oh, I don't know. I've got blood pressure bad, and just let myself get run down where I'm just going to have to be rescued or I won't be with us long.
Yeah, Abner's been bellhopping up and down these stairs till he's wore himself out. So what's happened?
Well, that's too bad, Abner. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I am too, to be honest. Well, you fellas go ahead, talk. I'll be back directly. I want to see Cedric a minute.
All right, Abner, don't exert yourself. Sort of worried about him, Dick.
Pretty sick, is he, Lum?
Oh, he'll be all right now. I told him just take things easy around here.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This job of being bellhop was just too much for him.
Yeah. Been keeping him pretty busy, have they?
Busy? You know what he's did? He's made $16.25 in the last 5 days just running errands and toting a little ice water up to the room.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I wouldn't mind having that job myself.
No, me neither. Them fellers from Chicago just stows money away.
more money in being bellhop here than there is in being manager in the Lum.
Yeah, that's just what I've discovered. I was a few days late, but I found it out.
Well, you know, you were telling me this morning that you had a detective stopping here, Lum. Have you found out anything?
Well, he already knew that there was a band of jewel thieves here, but I think he's sort of waiting until he can lay his hands on the jewels before he tries to make any arrests.
Has that professor, what's his name?
Colleen Moore?
Yeah. He found out anything about the detective being here yet?
Well, you see, don't nobody know he's a detective except me and Abner.
Hey, Lum, I got it all fixed up now. You can be the assistant manager or something. You won't have to be the bellhop.
Huh?
I say you won't have to be the bellhop, for I just now sold the job to Cedric for $10.
See what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum at the hotel talking to the new bellhop, Cedric. Listen.
Cedric, you made an awful mistake when you give Abner $10 for that bellhopping job yesterday. That was way under too much.
Well, I don't know. I've got $4 of it back already. Another day and a half, and I'll have it paid for at that rate.
You mean you've got $4 in tips since yesterday?
Yes, Mom. Them three fellas up there in that room together just throws money away.
Yeah, but I hate to see a young man like you just throwing away your future just for what few nickels you can pick up. You ought to have more ambition than that.
Yes, Mom.
Young feller like you ought to be looking forwards in life. There ain't no future to being just a bellhop.
Well, I thought I was doing so well, too. Making a heap more money than my pa is right now.
You know, what you ought to do is to get to be assistant something. Like assistant manager.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing I could be assistant manager of.
You reckon that bellhop uniform would fit me all right?
Yes, Mom, it's a little big for me. Just about fits you, I reckon.
Oh, that's what I thought. Slip that coat off and let me try it on, Cedric.
Well, I can't slip it off. I ain't got no shirt on under it.
I believe it'll fit all right. Cedric, how would you like to be assistant manager of the hotel here?
Well, I'd like it fine, but I don't know nothing about running a hotel.
No, sir. A bright young fellow like you take that job and study the hotel business. Ain't no telling where he could go. Right on up to the top of the ladder. Wouldn't you like to see your name out there in front of the hotel? Mountain View Inn, Cedric Weehunt, assistant manager.
I bet Clarabelle Seastrunk be proud of me, boy.
Of course she'd be proud of you. Mom and Papa'd be proud of you. Everybody'd be proud of you.
Well, I'd be proud of myself, too.
Natural. Tell you what I'm going to do, Cedric. I'm going to make a sacrifice. I'm interested in you and want to see you make a success out of yourself. I'll just step down and out of the assistant manager's office and give you that job. Just turn it over to you.
Well, that wouldn't leave nobody to do the bellhopping, though.
Well, I've got a fella in mind I think could handle that all right. Fact is, I know he'd take it. I won't have nothing else to do no way. I may as well. No, you needn't to worry about... Wait a minute. Who's that coming?
Oh,
Dick Huddleston.
Well, when do I get to start being assistant manager?
Well, wait till after Dick leaves, Cedric. We'll talk about it some more. Now, you better go back in the kitchen and see if you can help the widow Abernathy any.
Yes, Mom. I'm going to be assistant manager. Goody, goody, goody.
Well, howdy, Lum.
Yeah, come in, Dick. Come in.
How are you today?
Oh, just fine now, Dick. Just closed a big business deal. It'll make me a lot of money.
Well, that's fine, Lum. What line of business is it?
Why, well, it's a branch of the hotel business, what it is. Sit down, Dick, sit down.
No, I can't stay long. I've got to be getting on back to the store directly. I just thought I'd bring this mail over the hotel there for you.
Oh, bring the mail over.
Yeah, there it is. There.
Professor Collingmore's been calling down this morning, won't know if the mail had been brung over yet. He was expecting a letter, I think.
Yeah, well, there's one in there for him, all right.
Oh, good. This is Miss Ella May and Sarah Rogers. Them's the two old maids. They still think they're fooling us.
That fella's still dressing up like a woman, huh?
Oh, yeah. Sarah is.
Yeah.
I can tell she's a man, though. She ain't fooling me none. Here's a letter from Miss Gwendolyn Smith, in care of Mr. and Miss John Smith. There's another one thinks she's fooling us.
Yeah, say, where is that midget? I haven't seen her for a day or two, huh?
Well, they stay in the room right now all the time. Just come down for the meals is about all. They're about the only ones that eats in the dining room. Them and Trixie and the two old maids. Rest of them all has their victuals sent up to the room. That's what makes the bellhopping such a good job around here.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's it coming in there, Lum? There's a guest I never have seen here before.
Granny's, I don't know. Never have saw him before myself. Was there something for you?
He's going right on upstairs, ain't he?
Yeah, it must be hard to hear. I never seen so many strange men wandering around in my life. Been coming and going all day long.
Well, you oughtn't to let strangers just walk right in that way, Lum.
No, I reckon I ought to stop them here at the desk and find out what their business is.
Why, sure, you've got to protect your guests. You can't just let people come and go when they please. They're liable to go into somebody's room and steal something.
Yeah, you're right. Just right about it. I'll put a stop to that.
Well, sure.
Well, here's that letter for Professor Herbert Collingmore. I reckon I better telephone him up and take it up to him.
There's one there for Trixie, too, Lum.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it here. Granny's, it's the same kind of envelope that Professor Collingmore's is in, too.
It is? Let me see.
Look there.
From the same place, too, Lum. See there, they're both postmarked Chicago.
Well, I do know.
By George, both of them was mailed on the same day and at the same time, too. Look at that.
How do you know?
5:30 p.m. stamped right on there. That's funny. Now, they'd be getting letters from the same person when they don't even know one another. If Professor Collingmore's a ringleader of that gang, Lum, this looks like Trixie's right in with them.
No, I don't believe she is, Dick. I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Well, now, Abner was telling me that he saw Trixie and Mr. Collingmore talking together the other day.
Oh, I don't care what you say. I just don't believe Trixie's a jewel thief. She's too nice a girl.
I think Trixie's got you pretty badly fooled, Lum.
No. Abner thinks she's part of the gang, too. You fellers just don't know Trixie.
Do you know where she was at yesterday afternoon?
Oh, yeah. She borrowed Cedric's car and she went for a little drive.
Who'd she go with, though?
She went by herself.
Well, now, that's what I was afraid of. I don't like to be carrying tales, Lum, but I don't want to see Trixie make a fool out of you neither. Trixie stopped down there close to my store yesterday and picked up Professor Collingmore, and they drove into the county seat together yesterday.
She never done no such a thing. I asked her where she'd been again. She got back, and she said she'd taken a drive down the Holly Springs Road, and that's west of here.
Well, I don't know what she told you, Lum. Professor Collingmore went with her, and they went towards the county seat.
Well, I do know. I never would have thought she'd have did that.
Well, she did.
That Professor Collingmore. I wished he'd take his gang and get out of this hotel.
If he was to, he'd more likely take Trixie with him, Lum. She's a part of that gang just as sure as I'm standing here.
No.
Yes,
that Professor Collingmore is just trying to beat my time with her's all. The snake in the weeds.
Well, I'm afraid that you'll find out we're right before this thing's over, Lum.
Well, Dick, if she was a member of that gang, we'd see her with some of the rest of them. The two old maids, or Mr. and Miss Smith, and that midget, Gwendolyn, or them three fellas from Chicago.
Yeah, that is funny. That Professor Collingmore's the only one she seems to know.
Well, the whole thing's funny, if you ask me. I allowed that Detective Wilson would have had the whole thing cleared up by this time.
Has he found out anything yet, Lum?
I don't know. He don't talk a whole lot.
He don't?
Just slips around listening to doors and peeping through the keyholes and all such as that. Getting clues, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, he looks like a pretty shrewd fellow, all right.
Oh, yeah, he knows what he's doing. Nice feller, too. He's made me and Abner deputy detectives.
Is that so?
Yeah, we're going to split the reward 3 ways when it... Wait a minute. Here comes another stranger. Now, I know he ain't looking for a room. He ain't even got a hand satchel.
I don't know as I ever saw that old fellow before either.
Now, come in, sir. What can we do for you?
There he goes up the stairs.
Hey, come back here. Who do you want to see? I'm the manager, or the sister, or who do you want?
He ain't paying no attention to you.
Hey, stop him there, Dig.
Yes, hey, what is it you want, mister?
Grab that fella there, Cedric. That's the time. Hold him. Yeah, we'll put a stop to this running in and out of this hotel here.
Don't hurt him, Cedric. Just hold him when we get over there.
Thought you'd slip upstairs, did you?
Now, what do you want in here? Who are you, anyway?
Granny's all make him talk. Then you get one of them jiu-jitsu hosts on.
No, never mind. I'll talk, Lum. I'll talk. It's me.
Well, swan to goodness, it's Abner. What in the world are you doing with a get-up like that on?
I'm doing some detecting. A few fellers will leave me alone long enough.
Where in the world did you get that outfit?
That feller Wilson, that detective dressed me up like this. He's got a whole batch of disguises.
Was that you that come through here a while ago that wouldn't stop when I hollered at you?
I've been through here half a dozen times today, and you never even knowed who I was, Lum.
Well, I thought there was a lot of strangers stopping here that I never knowed anything about.
See, I'm helping Mr. Wilson now. He's got me watching all these guests here. I could walk right up to them, and they don't even know who I am.
You couldn't detect nothing.
My doggies, I found out one thing. There ain't no doubts about that Trixie being mixed up with that gang of jewel thieves.
You mean just 'cause she went riding with Professor Collingmore yesterday? We already knew about that.
No, not that. But her and Miss Smith and Gwendolyn and the two old maids is all up there in her room right now talking.
Well, I do know. Now, Grannies, maybe you're right, but I still don't believe it.
See what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Dick Huddleston at the hotel discussing Lum. Listen.
I guess Lum feels pretty bad about finding out that Trixie's a member of that gang of jewel thieves, don't he, Abner?
Oh, no. He still says he don't believe that she's got anything to do with them.
Why, she's bound to. I thought all along that she was connected with them. But after you seen her up there in her room with the midget and the two old maids and all of them yesterday, well, there's no doubt in my mind about that.
Why, no, there ain't none in mine either. I'm just sort of afeard that Lum will get himself into a batch of trouble by associating with her, too.
Why, sure. He's so crazy about her, he'd do almost anything she told him to, I reckon.
Oh, yes. He'd jump right off the top of the hotel as she suggested.
Well, howdy, Cedric.
Hi, Mr. Dick.
Oh, by George. What are you so dressed up about today?
Oh, nothing. I just thought I ought to dress myself up now since I got my new job.
New job?
Yeah, Cedric's assistant manager now.
Yep.
Well, that's fine. I hadn't heard about that, Cedric. You fellas change jobs around here so much I can't keep up with you.
Well, see, I'm the manager now, and Cedric's assistant manager, and Lum's the bellboy.
Lum's the bellboy?
Smart. Me and him traded jobs yesterday.
Well, I'll declare. That bellhop job here pays pretty good, don't it?
Oh, my, yes. Oh, my. These guests here just throws money away. Tip you for any little old thing you do for them.
Yeah, I made $4 just that one day I had it.
Oh, I wouldn't have given the job up at all if my health hadn't have been so bad.
Your health?
Oh, yeah. Mom said the work was too hard for me. Said I had to run up and down the stairs too much carrying them heavy pitchers of ice water. So he let me be the manager, and then I sold the bellhopping job to Cedric here.
Well, I was here when you made that trade. What's the reason you didn't keep it, Cedric? Didn't you like the job?
Oh, yeah, I liked the job fine, but Mr. Lum said I never would get no place just being a bellhop. And he was interested in me making a success out of myself, but he let me be the assistant manager, and he taken over the bellhopping job.
Oh, I think I understand why, too. Don't you fellows know that he... wait a minute, here he comes. I'll tell you some other time.
Tell us what some other time.
Well, if you don't look a sight with that outfit on.
Oh, what's the matter with it?
Well, I thought Abner looked funny in that uniform, but I believe you got him beat. Too little for you, Lum.
Well, yeah, it is a little tight, all right.
Little tight? I don't see how you get your breath. How'd you ever get it buttoned up, anyway?
Cedric helped me get in it.
Yeah, we like to never got him in it. I had to use a button hook on it.
You you must have sneezed, Lum. Them buttons would pop off of that coat and hit the walls all around here. Sound like a hailstorm.
Yeah, turn the other way. Don't be pinting yourself at me, Lum.
Let me sit down. I'm tired. Last time I'm going to take any ice water up to them old maids, I'll tell you that. If they want any more ice water, they can come after it themselves.
What's the matter?
Well, I handed the pitcher to them, and they said, thank you, and shut the door.
Oh.
Or they just doused it right in their face. That's what Order did.
Well, I could have told you them two never do give no tips, Lum.
Yeah, I run all the way up them stairs trying to give them quick service, and thank you, boy. Do I look like a boy to you fellers?
I'd hate to tell you what you do look like, Lum.
Now, listen here, Dick Huddleston.
Yeah,
I may be a bellhop and all that, but it's honest work, and I aim to be respected accordingly.
Oh, well, now, I didn't mean to make you mad, Lum.
Well, it's getting on my nerves. Everybody's judged me about being the bellhop.
What does Trixie think about you being the bellhop?
Well, she don't know nothing about it. She ain't saw me in my uniform yet.
Cedric, for goodness sakes, wake up.
Where am I? Oh, yeah.
Bogus. Every time you sit down for 5 minutes, you drop off to sleep.
I was dreaming I was managing a hotel in New York.
Well, you'll never manage nothing sleeping that way, I'll tell you that right now.
Wait a minute, there's the buzzer. Who is it?
206.
Hot dog. That's the one I've been waiting for. Them's the ones that's handy with their tips.
Yeah. Manager Peabody talking. Yes, sir, I'll send the boy right up.
There you go with that boy business again. What do you want?
Ice water, 206.
Okay, coming up. This is a call I've been looking forward to all day.
Yeah, sir, old Lum sure worked a shenanigan on you fellas.
Well, what do you mean, Dick, shenanigan?
Why, talking you out of that job of bellhopping.
Well, he never talked us out of it. See, my health just wouldn't permit me to keep it, and Lum was nice enough to let me be the manager so I wouldn't have no hard work to do.
Well, when did you first notice your health being so bad, Abner?
Lum got to noticing how bad I was looking. He sort of examined me and found out I had blood pressures and one thing or another. I hadn't even noticed it myself.
That's just what I thought. And he told you that he was interested in your future, did he, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. He was awful nice. Said I never would get nowhere being a bellhop, so he let me be assistant manager just to sort of help me out.
He helped you out, all right. Helped you right out of the bellhop job so he could get it for himself.
For himself?
Why, sure. Can't you see that, Abner? You fellas are making so much money out of it, he wanted the job. That's the best job in the hotel.
Well, I wondered why he was so interested in me all of a sudden.
Reckon he made up all them ailments that he said I had.
Why, sure he did, Abner. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Well, Dad blame his ornery hide. I'll just make him trade back with me. That's what I'll do.
Well, I don't believe you'll ever be able to do that, Abner. He wanted that job too bad to ever give it up now.
So I ought to lawsuit him. That's what I ought to do.
Wish I hadn't have told him how much I was making now.
Hey, wait a minute. I've got an idea. I believe it'll work, too.
What's that, Dick?
Well, you ought to give Lum a dose of his own medicine. See, he tricked you.
He's sick?
No, but he tricked you out of the job, and if I was you, I'd just make it as hard on him as you can. Make some new rules around here for the bellhop.
What do you mean, new rules?
Well, you're the manager now, Abner. Why don't you just make up some new rules that'll make that bellhopping job so hard that Lum won't want it?
Oh, he be so mad as a hornet getting cheers about.
Get that pencil and paper there, Abner.
Yeah, sure.
Help you make out a list here of what all he's supposed to do. Now, don't you tell him now that I had anything to do with it.
Oh, no, we won't say a word about you, Dick.
And let's see now. First thing, I tell you, you ought to make him get up about 5 o'clock in the morning and keep him here till midnight.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll set that down.
Make him get in all the stove wood for the winter Abernathy to cook with, too. He's been making me do that.
Yeah, that's a good one, Cedric. That's a good one.
All right, let me get that down here. Get in all wood. Now, what else now?
Yeah, let's see. I see. Make him stand there by the front door and open it for everybody that goes in and out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, say, I've got it. This will make him give up the job, I know. Make it a rule that from now on there's no tipping allowed here in the hotel.
Oh, Lord, that'll just plumb kill him.
You mean not let him take no tips for running errands and such as that?
Why, no. You can put signs up all over the hotel. Ask the guests not to tip the bellhop. Let's see now. What else?
Oh, wait, here he comes down the stairs now.
Oh, well, that'll be enough. Now, you tell him about that now. Act real hard ball with him, too.
Yeah, I will if I can keep from laughing.
Well, there's $50, just like falling off a log. Talk about easy money. Get up, Abner, and let me sit down.
Mr. Peabody to you, boy. I don't like this familiarity. Stand up there. I got a few things to say to you.
Well, just a minute here. Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to the bellboy, and I don't want no back talk neither. Doggy, your work ain't been satisfaction around here, son. I might just fire you.
Fire me? Well, you can't do that.
Nah, Doggy, I'll show you I'm the manager here now.
Dick, he couldn't do that, could he?
I don't know, Lum. He's the manager, all right.
All right, what is it you want?
Yeah, I want to read... Stand up straight there. Yeah, it's better. I want to read the rules to you so you know what you're supposed to do around this hotel.
I know the rules.
Them is the old rules, boy. Here's a new one. First, the bellhop must get here at 5 o'clock sharp in the morning and stay till 12 high midnight.
5 o'clock? I won't do it. All right, Grannies.
All right, we'll get another boy. We can get another boy.
All right. I'll get here at 5.
That's better. Stand up straight now. Now, from now on, the bellhop must get in all the cookwood that the widow Abernathy uses in the kitchen.
Now, that's carrying things too far. Right,
Next week, there'll be a new boy around here, I believe.
All right. What else?
Well, sir, when you ain't busy at nothing else, the bellhop must stand by the front door and open it and close it for everybody.
Huh?
And then the mainest rule is this. From now on, there'll be no tipping allowed in this hotel.
You mean the bellboy can't accept no pay for running errands?
No, sir, no tipping allowed. Can't take no money from the guests.
Grannies, you can just get another boy then. I'm quitting right this minute, and that's retroactive.
Now, I'm on to what you done, Lum. You tricked me out of that job. If you don't want to work under them rules, why, I'll be glad to trade back with you. You can be the manager, and I'll be the bellhop like we started out.
Well, looks like there ain't nothing left for me to do. But I think it's a mean trick you're pulling on me.
It ain't no worse than the one you pulled on me to get the job. Now, come on now, let's not have no hard feelings over it now. You tricked me, and then I turned around and tricked you, so let's just shake hands, forget it.
All right.
Yeah, I got even with you.
We're traded back now.
Yeah.
I'm the manager, and you're the bellboy.
Right back where we started. Well, maybe we'll just tear them rules up now. We won't need them no more.
Well, I don't know, Abner. I'm the manager now, and I think them new rules you made are good ones.
Good ones?
We'll just leave them stand. Recollect, be here in the morning at 5 o'clock sharp, and no tipping allowed.
Well, it's getting hard to follow the rapid turnover in personnel at the Mountain View Inn, and none of the jobs look very attractive anymore. So be sure to join us again in our next regular transcribed visit down in Pine Ridge.